Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our February live stream. We are so glad that you are joining us this evening, and we will quickly take a look and see who all is in the room before we get started. So we want to welcome Steve from Adventure RV Adventures down in Florida. And it's funny, right behind Steve in the comment is my dad, who's also in Florida. So welcome to all of our friends and family down in Florida.
Ookie
the Frog, Mr. Abe is here tonight. And Mark Milinarski is in the house. Thank you, Mark and Karen, for joining us. Let's see, who else do we have here? We've got John R. I think that's it. Oh, wait.
And hi, John.
I tell the readers aren't working anymore. And Esther S. is here. So it looks like we're getting some people in the room. And we're really excited about tonight's live stream because it is a little bit different than what we normally do. Although we have had guests before, but I don't know if we've ever had, I know we've never had a CEO of a company on. So this is pretty exciting.
Hi,
Luke Shope, how are things out your way? Cascadia Camps is in the room. Got our friend Gail is here. It says Aunt Gabby. And Jim Kuzman has arrived. Jim. So we'll just wait just a couple more minutes before we officially start so we can allow everyone to get in this evening. And tonight we are broadcasting both on YouTube and Facebook. So you can find us in two different locations, and we'll try to monitor the comments from both. Just to let everybody know, so we're going to start this evening talking to JP from Mattress Insider. So hold your questions, and then as we get through this, we'll open it up at the end if you have any questions, if he's willing to take some questions. Then we'll go through those questions, but
no questions at all. Zero questions.
Zero questions.
I'm not joking. Yeah, I'll answer questions.
Well, or he'll take your orders when we're done.
That's right. Hi, Phil and Judy.
Phil and Judy, who we assume are back in Florida, but I'm sure they'll let us know.
I'm sure they are. I would be.
Yeah, and Russ and Carrier here. I think you mentioned that from Rose We Roam. Yeah. So we're glad they're here. So yeah, slowly everybody's starting to pile in. I see the number going up here. So, well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and get started. And so let me just say this, as most of you know, everybody that's in the room, I think knows Patty and I pretty well. Yep. And you know that a year ago, we were at a point where we just were uncomfortable in our RV, and it was the mattress, and we couldn't take it anymore. And so we decided it was time to replace it. And Mattress Insider had reached out and said, you know, we make custom mattresses and we needed a custom mattress. It was like just the perfect timing because, as most of you know, with our Lance, we needed a mattress that would fold in half because of that couch that converts underneath. And so we got our mattress in January of last year. And by March, we were so happy with it that we preferred sleeping in the trailer over the house. And it was at that point we said, we're going to order the same exact mattress and we're going to put it here in the house.
Exactly.
And to me, that ultimately is the testimonial of a great product, especially a mattress.
Mm-hmm.
If your RV mattress is so good that you want to sleep on it in your house, you know it's a good mattress. So anyway, we're just so excited to have Jonathan Prichard, the founder and CEO of Mattress Insider, with us tonight. So JP, you want to go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I have been in the mattress industry for 19 years. Yeah, about 19 years. I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, and ended up going to college at UNC. Not to be confused with the good UNC in North Carolina. I went to the other UNC in Colorado, which actually had a dynamite musical theater program. And that's where I started my journey, is I actually majored in acting, in musical theater. Yeah. Which is also where I met my wife. And she was also in musical theater. We graduated, moved out to New York to be Broadway stars. And she actually ended up kicking butt and doing all sorts of really amazing stuff, national tours. I did some things here and there. I did a national tour and some local things. And then I found my way into the industry while I was out in New York, and we could talk a little bit about that in a few minutes here. But yeah, I have three small kiddos. I have an almost 9-year-old, almost 6-year-old, and a almost 3-year-old. So I've got my hands full.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you were also telling us you have a relative of Truman and Bess, a distant relative.
Yes. So I have a little dog named Emma, who's a Cavalier King Charles Lhasa mix. She's a sweetie. We got her around, I guess it's about 2007. So she's getting up there. But yeah, she's a great little dog, and kids love her, and she's fun.
Awesome. Well, so you were in the theater or acting, and you're in New York, and so how do you go from that to the mattress business?
So my wife Jenny, she was working in the HR department for a major retailer on the East Coast, who's based out of Queens, and they had this really unique concept that I actually ended up modeling my own business after years later, where you try a mattress, or you pick up the telephone, you have someone help you out over the telephone, pick out a specific mattress for your needs, and they bring it out to the house, set it up for you, and you try it. If you like it, you keep it. If you don't, they take it back at no charge, which is just at the time a really unique concept. So I was working in the sales department, and Jenny hooked me up with a job. Had no sales experience whatsoever, and I was working the graveyard shift, 2 a.m. in the morning, taking sales calls, and just slowly work my way up to a daytime slot. And did that for about 6 years. And then I decided to venture off on my own. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about this wonderful company you built. I mean, most of the people on tonight probably know you make great mattresses because Patty and I talked about it for over a year now, but maybe we never really shared the whole story, and nor do we know the whole story of Mattress Insider. So,
yeah. So we started out focusing on just regular rectangle mattress sizes, twin, full, queen, king, mattresses that you could find anywhere. And I figured out very quickly that I was not going to be able to compete against these huge entities like Mattress Firm and these companies with massive advertising and marketing budgets. And so I called up one of my suppliers at the time. It was actually my only supplier because I was a one-man band when I started out. Only had one supplier willing to work with me. And I said, hey, look, I'm getting ready to throw in the towel. I just can't compete. Do you have any unique products that you feel that there's a strong demand for, but maybe your dealers aren't pushing for one reason or another? And he said, well, I actually have this sofa bed mattress product. And right there, a little bell went off in my head. And I thought, wait a minute. I remember getting phone calls on those when I worked for that other mattress company. Sofa beds are a weird size. It's kind of like a queen short mattress in an RV, but a couple inches shorter.
okay.
And so, yeah, that whole idea of finding your niche went off in my head. Oh, I remember that. And one of those business books I read, you're supposed to find your niche. And so I started focusing on sofa bed mattresses. I said, we're going to be because it's just me. I'm going to be the best in the US at selling sleeper sofa mattresses. And so I did that for a few years, and we were kicking butt. I was kicking butt. Took that as far as it can go. And then I just asked myself, well, if this is true, what else is true? If this is a unique mattress size, a unique niche, what other niches could there be in the mattress industry? So from there, I transitioned to mattresses for semi-trucks, which are also weird sizes. And then we found the RV niche, which is probably our biggest segment. We did mattresses for antique beds. A lot of people know, but don't know, but those are also weird sizes. The big round beds, if you ever seen Austin Powers, remember the big round mat? Yeah. Someone has to replace those. So why not be us? Yacht mattresses that have those V berth shapes to them to fit the shape of the boat. And then most recently, and this is a big growing segment for us, we started focusing on giant mattresses. So these are mattresses that are twice the size of a king. I'm talking monster beds.
Right.
And there seems to be a lot of interest in that. So yeah, that's hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, our RV mattresses are definitely our primary segment. We do mostly B2C, but we also have over 200 dealers across the U.S. that we make our own separate line from Mattress Insider for those dealers. And yeah, ship all over the U.S. and in Canada.
Wow. Yeah, because RVs, I think I'm seeing more standard size mattresses in RVs, but there are still some really odd, not only like the short queen, which is pretty common, but we see a lot of times where they'll try to put beds into corners and then they cut the corner at the end. So you have weird cuts. And I think a lot of people that own RVs, it's like, how will I ever replace this mattress? Because it is just such an odd size, and you're filling that niche that people have.
There's a lot of RVs that have very unique shapes. There's one that we supply mattresses for. I can't say the name of the company, but I can tell you that the outside of the trailers are very, very shiny and rounded on the edges. Yes, that's all I say about that. But they have really weird shapes. And we have something like 100 templates on hand for that one RV manufacturer. But we do all the weird stuff that no one wants to touch.
Oh, I was going to say, most people wouldn't want to touch like an odd corner, or rounded, rounded.
Most manufacturers, they want to do volume. They want one SKU and make 500 pieces of that. Whereas every one of our orders is custom built. Nothing is done on an assembly line. It's just a few individuals making each piece and assembling it. It's a very unique process for sure.
And that, I think, was one of the things that really drew us to you guys was, you're a real American business, which I don't know that we said. I mean, you're based in Littleton, Colorado, correct?
Yeah, I'm based in Littleton, Colorado, as is our sales and customer service and admin team. We actually do all of our production on the East Coast. We don't do anything here in Colorado at all. And part of the reason for that is because of the altitude. Foam does not bake well at altitude. And so you have to have everything trucked in from out of state, and it just, with fuel prices, it really eats up a lot of the margin. And the Carolinas, which is where we do our production, that is like the furniture and mattress capital of the U.S. So it's easy to get a hold of components, and hiring people is much easier than it would be out in Colorado, where there's only a few manufacturers out here.
Okay. Well, see, we learned something tonight. So yeah. But you do have, if I remember right, a physical, like people in Colorado, you have a shop where they could come in and look at mattresses.
Yeah. So we have a showroom in Littleton. We call it the Build-A-Bed showroom. It's a very unique shopping experience where you actually get to be involved in the process of building your own custom mattress. So we have 2 different staging areas, one for all foam beds and one for pocket and coil mattresses. And then we have racks with different components like memory foam, gel, latex, polyurethane, and also different fabrics. And then so with our guidance, we can help you build the perfect bed. And that might be something that we offer online on our website, because we have several popular specs on there. Or if you want something unique just for you, then we can actually do that in the showroom.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, and one of the things I would mention to everybody, anyone who, if you're thinking about buying a mattress through Mattress Insider, you can go to their website, mattressinsider.com, obviously, and place your order. And I always tell everybody when we do a video about this is call, because one of the first things I was so impressed with was when we decided we were going to purchase that first mattress, and I called, they Jenica, who is my contact, for those of you who are wondering who Jenica is. JP knows who I'm talking about. But she said, we're going to set you up. She is awesome. And she said, I'm going to set you up with one of our customer reps. And I remember that day when I got the phone call, there was all these questions about, how do you sleep? How does your wife sleep? Side sleeper, back sleeper. Took me through this whole process to find us the perfect mattress. And when the mattress came, it truly was perfect for the way we sleep. And so that's why I'm always telling people, like, yeah, you could just go online, especially if you're getting a standard size. It'd be real easy to go online and order. But I'm telling you, call, because your customer service is just top notch in terms of helping people find the right mattress for them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we put all of our sales and customer service team members through extensive training. So they're in that learning process for at least 60 days before they're even getting on the telephones talking to a customer. There's just so much that goes into designing and building a custom bed. They need to be armed with all the tools that they can to make the best decisions when they're talking to people.
Right. Yeah. And when we ordered the second mattress for here in the house, I remember the person I was talking to, he really questioned me, not in a bad way, but he's like, so you sure you want the same mattress we made for you in your RV in your house? Because we have coil mattresses, things like that. And I'm like, no. And then we talked through some different scenarios, because one of his concerns was the height, because in our RV, we went with your 8-inch luxury gel foam mattress. And he said, can you go measure your frame? Because he said, I'm afraid you're literally going to fall into your bed with only an 8-inch. And I was concerned that the 11.5-inch was going to change the sleep profile. And he was great about explaining to me, no, that extra 3 inches, is for height. It's not, we're not going to change the sleep profile.
Exactly.
But he was so meticulous in making sure that we were going to be happy with this, and we are. But that's why it's something I wanted to mention, and personally, thank you for that, because you don't always get that. A lot of times when you work with companies, whatever type of company, salespeople just want to sell you whatever you want. And to have your people say, let us help you you can tell they genuinely care that they're going to ship you the right mattress. So
yeah. Yeah, in the training process, we really try to hammer it home that we're not salespeople. We are more like, I don't want to say sleep doctors because we're not doctors. But I mean, when you go to the doctor's office and you have an issue, you would not like it if the doctor just immediately prescribed you something without getting to fully understand what's going on. And it's the same place with, it's the same thing with a sales position, sales and customer service. You have to try to do your best to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand as much of the picture as you can before making a recommendation. And then just like a doctor, if they don't feel confident that they can help you with that specific problem, they're going to refer you to another doctor. And we do the same thing. We can do most of everything, but every once in a while, there might be something we can't do. And so we'll say, well, maybe you want to go in this direction. Maybe we're not the best fit for you. Rather than you need to buy from us right now, and I'm not going to let you off the telephone until you pull out your credit card. We don't work like that.
Well, let me ask you this, and I don't know how much of this you can actually answer, but one thing that we have noticed, and I didn't really know this when we bought the first mattress, the RV mattress, and people were asking me like, well, what'd you spend? And when I told them, I said, well, I don't know, I spent quite a bit of money. And then they were like, that's actually a very reasonably priced mattress. Like we hadn't bought a mattress in like 8 years, and I didn't realize. So how do you produce? Because we are, again, our mattress, we have the luxury gel foam. I just want to clarify for everybody, because we have the highest end of the, I think you actually call it an RV mattress. I think on the website, it's under the RV category, but it's the highest one. It comes with a 20-year warranty. You have I think it's 121 night sleep guarantee. Like, how do you do that and make such how do you make such a quality mattress at such an affordable price? Because people are out there spending literally like $3,000-$4,000 for mattresses, they're telling me. And we spent a fraction of that. So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's a trade secret you can't share, but
I source most of the components. I'm really particular about what goes in to the beds. I design all of the specs that you see on the website. And so I'm always checking in with different suppliers to make sure everybody is razor sharp with their pencils. And also we just do in these niches, we do quite a bit of volume. And so we can get pretty aggressive on pricing. When it was just me and I was just starting out by myself, we did not have the best prices. It's just not possible doing onesie twosie orders. But now we're in a place because of volume and because we're just keeping tabs on all of our suppliers. We can get really good pricing.
Okay. Well, here's another question. So we had bought a few years ago when we had a different RV, we had bought a foam mattress on Amazon, and it was okay. But as soon as I opened it up for literally a week, the RV smelled horrible from it.
Yeah.
When we opened up both of our mattresses from you, we were expecting that odor. There was no odor in our foam mattress.
Yes, you're wondering why?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a secret. I can't tell you.
It's a secret. Well, then we'll just leave it at that. Then
No. It's okay. So it really just comes down to the components that we put in the bed. All of the foams that we use are CertaPurus certified, which means they're not going to contain any harmful chemicals. There's no off-gassing with the foam. You will sometimes experience like a fresh foam or new foam smell, but it's pretty minimal and usually dissipates after a few days. But we use non-toxic water-based glues instead of solvent-based glues, organic cotton fabric. And then another big part is our fire barriers. We use a rayon fabric for our fire barrier. And a lot of the products, especially on Amazon, which is almost all stuff from China, predominantly from China, uses a fiberglass FR barrier, which is, you do not want to open the cover on that thing. It can cause some serious issues.
Right.
But yeah, so basically what it boils down to is just sourcing components that are more eco-friendly. And I mean, I don't like off-gassing mattresses in my house, so I wouldn't want to do that to our customers either.
Right. Well, it was just something that we had, noticed on the first one. I was like, wow, this is. We just felt like we could tell it was a much better quality product. And then obviously with ours, and I don't know if all of your mattresses have it, but with ours, the shell is the organic cotton, and it's luxurious feeling. It's soft and it has a plush feel to it, and so
yeah, I love that fabric.
Yeah,
we used to have this other fabric that we use called Cool Max, which is supposed to have these temperature regulating properties, but it just felt terrible. You run your hand over it, and it's just got a very rough feel to it, and you didn't really notice much of a difference in temperature. So I think it was more of a marketing ploy.
Right.
And then we switched to that organic cotton, and feels amazing. I love it. I have it on all of our beds at the house.
Yeah, we absolutely love ours. And so besides the mattresses, what are some of the other products that people can find on the website that you guys do?
So we do all the top of bed accessories. So that's everything from mattress toppers. We could do memory foam or latex toppers. That would be a good choice for people who maybe don't have the budget to invest in a new mattress, but they want to change how it feels, maybe make it a little softer, or help it distribute body weight more. We also have custom sheets. It's very difficult finding odd size and odd shaped sheets, but we're one of the few places in the US where you can get something like that. And then mattress protectors would be another one. Funny enough, the most popular product that we sell is not even a mattress. It's a product that we call airflow, which is this material that goes underneath your mattress, in between the plywood that it usually sits on and the mattress. And it creates it creates airflow, or it allows airflow underneath the mattress. A lot of RVs have issues with mold and mildew, moisture buildup in the RV. And I just didn't realize what a big problem that is. I just started digging around in some of the RV forums, and it is a huge issue. So I'd say a lot of our customers, I don't know what the exact percentage is, oftentimes end up ordering a mattress and also the airflow hypervent material that we have on the site as well.
Yeah, and that was something I just seen the other day when I was on the website. I didn't even know that was a product you had, and that is a serious problem in the RV industry. Our prior RV had a system called the Froley system, which is these little Are you familiar with the Froley? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know the designer. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for instance, we can't use the Froley in our RV because half of our bed support is this convertible sofa. So the Froley you permanently mount, but the barrier that you have would be the perfect solution for our RV, or somebody who maybe doesn't want to invest in the Froley. So
yeah, the cool thing about the Froley system, it depends on the SKU, but you can adjust how your mattress feels. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's actually something we've thought about becoming a distributor for. We've been asked about it. But yeah, there are a lot of applications where that just doesn't fit. And so you need another option for sure.
Yeah, I think probably anywhere there's a folding mattress would be my guess, like ours, and you see the folding mattress is not super common, but yet at the same time, it's not uncommon because I've seen some motorhomes to where the bed is in the slide out and you literally have to fold the bed in half to be able to bring the slide out in.
Yeah, that's usually why you have a hinge, just because of a slide out. Not always the case, but I would say most of the case. Or you want to get to under the bed storage and want to make it easy on yourselves.
Right. Okay. Well, we may have to order some of that and give that a try. So, because that has been a concern, especially for us, we winter camp. And so anytime you winter camp and you're running a heater and it's cold outside, you just have a better chance of condensation occurring in your RV.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
that has been a concern of ours, but we knew Froley was not an option. So,
yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to share before we take a couple questions?
I don't think so. Hit me with them.
All right.
Let's do this. I'm ready.
Let's give him some good questions. And if you could just type the word question in all caps and then give us your question, that way it'll be easier for me to find. So, here's one. Michael wants to know, could you ask him if he recommends having mattresses professionally cleaned? Oh, that's a good question.
Mattresses professionally cleaned. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There are, if you do some Google searching, there's a number of companies, local companies, probably in your area that do that. We also have a very extensive guide on our blog on how to clean a mattress, with different sections where, or different little jump links where you can click on whatever your exact issue is. Maybe it's you travel with a puppy and puppy peed on the bed and you need to take care of that, or you spill a glass of red wine on there, or you name it. We have a whole bunch of different issues, so you might take a look at that, see if you could do it on your own before using a cleaning company.
Cool. Okay. All right. Next question comes from Diane. She says, how did you deal with supply chain issues and maintaining such great customer service and quality products?
So I did lots of screaming and lots of meditation. I mean, that was really challenging. And all of us, everybody in the mattress industry, all of us got hit pretty hard with that, and it did extend pretty much everybody's lead times. And it's just a lot of picking up the phone and talking to lots of suppliers and saying, hey, I'm willing to order 2 semis worth of foam from you right now. All you have to do is let me order it. I don't care what you're going to charge me. I will do whatever it takes. So yeah, just getting creative, and just got to do what you got to do. But yeah, there was a time period where all of us were experiencing longer lead times than normal, for sure. And fortunately, we're we're at a space now where we have a surplus of foam. We've got a new building that we're just starting to stock up with at least a 30-day surplus of foam, just in case that hits us again.
So you're in pretty good shape then right now, as far as if somebody wants to order a mattress, we're not seeing that long lead.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think it was last March when we ordered the one. It was the end of March, beginning of April, and he had said, like, I can't promise you when this is coming, because he was explaining to me on the phone that you guys literally, he said, literally, there are days.
When you have suppliers saying, "Hey, the truck's coming today with your foam, get ready," and then that truck never comes. Where's my truck?
Well, that's what he was saying. He's like, days we're expecting, we get nothing. Days we're not expecting, something might show up. And so I know ours came, like, I want to say the end of July, but I had also told him, put others in front of us, because we're going to be gone all summer. So we don't have to have it. But that's good to know that you're at a point now where they're catching up.
Yeah. And one of the things that we're up against, and I, again, won't say any names, but there are some huge S brand mattress manufacturers that were kind of jumping the line of all the smaller guys. So we were dealing with that as well. So we're very grateful that things seem to be stabilized and we're not having to deal with that.
That's good. Yeah, we were actually, and that's been happening in the RV industry as well. Like the smaller dealers were having a hard time getting inventory because certain large RV sellers, and again, I'll be like you, I won't name names. They were kind of getting a priority on inventory, and so it was really hurting smaller local RV dealerships. So, and as far as customer service, I don't think you guys ever missed a beat throughout the pandemic with customer service. So,
thanks.
Let's see, what else do we have? Here we go. Manic has a question of, can she buy sheets that would fit her home mattress from you? I'm assuming she means size.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, a lot of people think that we can only do really weird stuff. And we could do regular sizes. It's a piece of cake. A rectangle is the easiest thing that we can do. So sure. Yeah. Yeah, we could do it in almost any depth. So that's one of the nice things about ordering from a U.S. company. When you order sheets from a department store like a Macy's, you are going to get something that has usually, at least nowadays, a very deep pocket to it, maybe 18 inches thick. And it's just going to look a little baggy on your bed. What's nice about working with us is you tell us the height of your bed, and we're going to make it to fit that height by hand.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not mass produced. You tell us it's an 8-inch mattress, we're going to make it to fit an 8-inch mattress. And that's not something you typically see anymore.
Let's see here. Esther says, I am interested for both my RV and home. For home, I will need it shipped to Canada. The exchange and duties may make it cost prohibitive. For my RV, I would have it delivered to a U.S. address. So do you ship to Canada?
We do. We actually have pretty aggressive FedEx rates going up to Canada. It would be cheaper, like she said, if you snuck it across the border, if you will. But yeah, we ship to Canada all the time. That's not a problem.
Okay. So, and Esther, I would just say, give them a call and talk to their customer service reps, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you with that. Let's see. Tangfish, what about covers to protect against spills, and will that affect comfort or usability?
Sure. So we have a product called a mattress encasement. And what it is a polyester fabric with a polyurethane backing to it. So it makes it liquid impermeable, but it's not that crunchy vinyl material that you get at a department store. you can't even tell that it's on there. So if you spill a glass of wine, or, you know, going back to what I said earlier, dog pees on the bed or something, or you have a baby, it's not going to go through, and you can just wipe it off and machine wash the cover. And these actually completely encase the mattress, just like the name encasement, the product name, completely encases the mattress on all 6 sides and zippers around. So it protects the sides, the bottom, the top. It's not just the fitted sheet style, which more often than not just protects the very top of the bed. It doesn't protect the side walls of the mattress. And we do those in any size and in any shape as well, including the super easy rectangles.
This is not a question, but I think you'll be glad to hear this one. Diane says that hers arrived in 2.5 weeks, and it was earlier than expected.
Awesome.
So
great.
So always good to hear when expectations are exceeded. Yeah, and Robert mentioned that Josh from Bish's RV, which used to be Halitz, a lot of people know Josh, the RV nerd, had mentioned in a recent video that there had been a let's see, what's he saying? The deep freeze that shut down Texas petrochemical industry translated to a foam shortage last year. Yeah. All right. My father has a question. This should be a good one. I'm a side sleeper and my back kills me by morning. What would be the best kind of mattress for me? And my wife sleeps on her back. Well, Dad, I'm not sure. Well, maybe JP's the guy to answer, but I think he probably has somebody you can call.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I would call our. We have an 800 number, 888-488-1468. And they'll walk you through the process and ask you a series of questions to get a sense of what your needs are. But if it was me helping you, what I would tell you is to go with something with a medium firm feel. So not very hard, not very soft. If you don't have any weight limitations, I'm assuming this is for an RV. Is it for an RV?
No, this would be for their home.
Oh, for the home. Okay. Yeah. So I personally would recommend a coil mattress. Individually pocketed coils do just an amazing job of contouring around the unique shape of your body, and they hold a lot of body weight. So I'd go with something like that with a medium firm feel if I was doing it. But one of my other amazing mattress experts might give you a different recommendation.
So now, Dad, you can call Mattress Insider, and then you can find out if it matches up. So, all right. John wants to know. He says he ordered a Oliver Legacy Elite 2 twin bed. Do you have a template for Oliver Trailers beds to make them?
So I'm pretty sure. And unless things have changed, we're actually their mattress supplier. So we either have the templates, or if we don't, we can. It's not difficult to make a template for something like that, and you can send it in, and we can make it for you.
Okay, so there you go, John. Let me see. There's sometimes I have to sort through these. There's conversations going on in the chat. So, Mary. We know Mary. Okay. Mary and Arnie have an Oliver, she says, and they love theirs. They just don't use it enough. So there you go.
There you go.
Here's a question, I think. Oh, Diane says, I ordered and received my mattress a couple of weeks ago. Is it too late to order the encasement and sheets in the custom size?
No, you could do that whenever you want it. It has to be on the 71st day. No, I'm joking. You can order it whenever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's a good question though. Yeah. So they'll make your encasement or your sheets, anytime. So double check here. I think that might be all of the actual questions. Yeah. I think we got through it all. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for taking time tonight to hang out with and answer questions. And again, I guess I didn't mention this at the beginning, and just so everybody knows, that Mattress Insider is an A+ Better Business Bureau rated company. Okay. That was one of the first things I noticed, because before we ordered our mattress, I did my research. But in addition, something that I just want to mention, and if you want to add on to it, you can, is when you go to their website and you click the About Us, you're going to find out this is the kind of company that Patty and I love, because we love American companies and we love companies that give back. And so when you go to their website, you're going to see that they give to everything from St. Jude's Children's Hospital, American Red Cross, Salvation Army. And Patty got all excited when she found out that you also support public education through school programs and things like that. So again, I just can't say enough about Mattress Insider, mattressinsider.com. And again, I'll let you have the last word.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the kind words and for having me on. I always love doing podcasts like this. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a phone call. I'm sure we can do whatever weird thing you need us to do for you. That's our wheelhouse.
All right. One final question before you go that just came in. The question is, they have a bed frame with wooden slats. Is that okay with your mattresses?
Yeah, you just want to make sure that your slats are spaced no more than 2 to 3 inches apart. If they're much further than that, then parts of the mattress are going to sink in between the slats, and you're not going to get optimal support. If that's not the case, Home Depot or Lowe's can cut you some slats right there. You just make sure you order something that's the right thickness that matches up with what you already have, and just drill them into your frame.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll let you go. You can hang around as long as you want, but I know you're busy and you got things going at the start of the weekend. So
great. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
We really appreciate it.
Likewise.
So
bye.
Good night.
Bye.
So that was great, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And, again, we absolutely love our Mattress Insider mattresses, as you guys know. So now we'll go ahead and open it up and hang out with you guys for a while.
Check this out, babe.
Yeah, Patty has Patty's got like the nursery. Pile of puppies. I don't know how you're doing it.
It's a challenge.
If you didn't notice, I am wearing my Volley sweatshirt. And for those of you going, well, what's Volley, Patrick? Well, Volley is a brand new app. It's absolutely free. You can use it on iOS, Android, PC, Mac. And we have started a RV enthusiast community over on Volley. Now, what makes Volley different than like just communicating through Facebook and Instagram is it is video chat asynchronously. So it means you can go in and you can leave a message, questions, comments, whatever. You just put your phone or you have your camera on your computer right in front of you. You just hit record, say what you want to say, like we're having a conversation, and then people respond back to you. So there's some of you are already in our Volley community, but if you'd like to join us, again, it's absolutely free. The link is in the description for the live stream, as well as the link to Mattress Insider. And I should have mentioned this while Jonathan was on, but if you don't use our link, if you call and you mention Travels with Delaney, they will give you a discount. And then obviously we do get a small commission that helps support the channel. But Volley, back to Volley, is absolutely free. Yeah. And so we just started a group for RV people. We're hanging out. We're talking about RVs. We're talking about campgrounds. And so if you'd like to join, that link's down there. So let's see what's going on. I've seen a lot more people. I was trying to focus on the conversation. Here. And so I know a lot more people have come in since. I see Nikki from Nick's Picks. I see Jill is here. Let's see, Poodle Professor. Let's see, what other channels do we hear? Oh, our friend Adam from Florida is here.
Yeah. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam. And then Bobby and April.
Hi, guys.
From Travels Abound. They're currently out in something Verde, Arizona. I got that part right.
There you
so, and I haven't seen, Travels Abound just posted a new video last night, and really important lesson that Bobby had. The video is on tearing down your campsite, getting reached up, and he made just a little bit of a mistake that luckily he caught, but it could have been bad. He forgot. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you. You have to go watch the video. Yeah,
you gotta watch.
So anyway, yeah. And if anybody has any questions here for us for the next 15 minutes or so, we'd love to have them. So
I saw the gal from New Zealand was here.
Oh, Sharon from New Zealand was here.
I think I saw her name.
She may have had to check out though, because there's a little bit of a time difference.
A little bit, yes. A tiny bit.
So
somebody from Connecticut. And
all right. I know I've missed you.
Hi guys.
Yeah. We'll just say hi to everybody. Camp Verde. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. You did make a little bit of a boo-boo. But the good news is when you make a boo-boo, then you get to make a video about it. So Patty and I, as some of you know already, we went to the RV show last Friday in Fort Wayne. Patty had a snow day. And so we have 6 RV tours coming out over the next 3 weeks. The first one went live Wednesday night, and it was that Premier Ultralight by Bullet. And it was actually, I was shocked at how nice that trailer actually was. I mean, I was also shocked that I was saying things like, hey, this is a pretty good deal at $39,000. Like,
what are you saying?
I mean, the RV market, as most of you know, is just crazy. Our Lance that we bought less than 2 years ago, won't be 2 years until June.
Right.
Our Lance MSRP was $48,000. The 2022 version of our trailer.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, MSRP. Now remember, ours less than 2 years ago was $48,000.
Yep.
$68,000.
Holy cow!
It's went up $20,000 in less than 2 years.
That is crazy.
So, like, we probably that Lance. Well, in fact, I know what we could buy it for, because our neighbor in Florida had called on it Lazy Days, and they told him they could knock $6,000 off. So it would have been $62,000. And we paid $38,000.
Yep.
So that's it's just crazy.
I like Jim's question. Did Patty order the Grand Design yet?
Yeah. No.
That's a dream, Jim.
So, okay. So we had the premiere come out. I think hopefully on Monday, there's going to be a special Valentine's Day video. And it's a Cougar. Wow. It's a Cougar travel trailer. About 25 foot. It's honestly, because honestly, we couldn't afford the Lance now, probably. No. So we would probably look at the Cougar.
Right.
And so we have that. Nice. Yeah. But then we've got a surprise video coming out, and I don't know when it's coming out. We did a pop-up. Like whoever does pop-up walkthroughs.
I don't know, but it was cute.
Yeah. We also then what else do we have? We have about a 21-foot hitch by Cruiser RV. Think of it as kind of like our Hummingbird, except it actually had a dry bath as opposed to a wet bath.
Right.
And then we did 2 fifth wheels. We did a Grand Design Solitude.
Amazing.
It ought to be for $9,000.
Some of the things in that trailer we don't even have in our cabin.
No,
crazy.
It was nice. It was super nice. And then we also did this amazing Cougar fifth wheel.
Yeah, it was nice.
That I've never seen a design like it. It had a rear entrance mudroom.
That was so cool. We could have used that definitely with these two guys last summer when we were on the beach.
They're
yes, but I would use it as like going off the beach and washing your feet off or whatever. Yeah. It was sweet.
So anyway, we got those things, and we had a good time. I don't do RV tours unless I own the RV, and so it was a little odd because I wasn't sure exactly what I was supposed to do.
Well, I know you were concerned that morning because I had 3 snow days in a row because Snowmageddon came, and then you're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to make it, and we're like, let's get in the truck and see how far we can make it. We made it, but we were worried, but it was fun.
Adam's getting a new RV. He says he's picking it up next week. He actually ordered it 18 months ago.
What'd you
Wow.
get, Adam?
Adam, I don't think you've ever told us that. Maybe you did and we just
I
forgot.
yeah,
but
I could have forgotten. Probably forgot.
it says they're 2285. That's a Lance 2285, which they bought in September 2021. Now has an MSRP 20,000 higher. So same as ours. Okay.
Crazy.
And you had gotten 20% off. Now I will say this: everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, there's no deals." What we saw at the RV show in Fort Wayne was anywhere from about 10% to 20% off MSRP. And I can tell you, like, our hometown dealership, Barton Lake RV,
right?
They are a Keystone. They do Cougar, they do Hideout, they do Bullets, Premier by Bullets, and then they have a couple others. They tend to give bigger discounts. And I was asking the owner, like, why are you doing 20% off when a lot of dealerships are only doing 10? And he said, we're a small dealership. We're not high volume. And it's just the way they operate. He's not trying to take advantage. You know, I don't want to say take advantage.
He's trying to stay in the competition.
Yeah, he's just trying to compete against, you know, the big
everybody
boys.
Else, yeah.
You know, the days of the true family-owned dealerships, they're going by the wayside, and it's sad. And you know, because what's happening is even some of the quote family-owned dealerships like General RV, they're big, and so it you know, we hope Barton Lake is okay.
Right. Yeah.
Phil and Judy said they downloaded Volley and they're telling them to figure it out. So let me quickly explain Volley to everybody.
If I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out.
So once you get the app and you sign up, and you really don't have to, you don't give them a credit card because there's no charge. It's just a simple sign up process. And then once you have the app, use my link that you can find in the description for this live stream and some other places. And what'll happen is it's going to look,
you can't see.
It's not going to.
It's washing out.
It's washing out. Well, along the left-hand side, you're going to see a little icon with a pic. Currently, it has a picture of Carl, our Tab 400. And that's what's known as a space. And by the way, you create your own spaces. So Phil and Judy, you could create a space called Family, and then you could invite your family to Volley into your space. And then you could have a way to talk with the family this way. So, and then right in the center on the right-hand side, you're going to see channels, and you can set up any channels you want in your space. Now, my spaces, I've already set up the channels. So like in the RV enthusiast, we have channels like Introduce Yourself, and that's where you just go in and hit record and say, hi, I'm Patrick, and we own a Lance 1985, and we've been RVing for 17 years and just really excited to be here. Click. And then boom, it's posted in that area. And we have channels on where we can talk about campgrounds. There's a channel called Show Us Your RV where you can post a picture of your RV. Discussions about RVs, campfire discussions. That was kind of like the catch-all.
Yeah.
And even a maintenance. I started one for maintenance because that way I thought if we have maintenance issues, we could share them and maybe learn from each other. And then finally down below, and again, you're not gonna be able to see it.
No, it's weird.
It says conversations. It's going to list everybody that's in that space. So let's say Phil wants to ask Jim a question about his Lance 2285, but maybe he doesn't want it up channel where everybody can see it. He can just click on Jim's name and record a message right to him, and then it's a private conversation. So I think one of the biggest hesitations with Volley is what I'm finding so far is anybody that's a YouTube creator like Bobby, like Russ and Carrie, they're fine. Like they get on here, they record themselves real quick. Those of you that don't normally record yourselves have been a little more hesitant, like, oh, I don't know if I want them seeing my face. And and here's the thing, there's no editing. This is designed to be just like if we were in a conversation face to face. Cool. So you like when you're done, you don't have to say, okay, bye. No, think of it as just because like if we were like this, Patty, what kind of RV would you like to have next? Bye. Like that would be weird. So I would just record myself, say, hey, Patty, what kind of an RV would you like to own next? And then she would get on when she sees the message, she would record back and say, well, Patrick, I'm really thinking that I'd like it.
I wouldn't call you Patrick.
Oh, you wouldn't?
I call you babe.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway.
Can you take Truman for a second?
Yeah, I'd be happy to take Truman.
He's killing my leg.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Is this being recorded? I joined late. Yes, Christine. Christine, it is being recorded. And so, yeah, you can go back if you want to see our chat with JP from Mattress Insider. You can catch it that way. So, okay. So anyway, that was Volley.
I like Volley because sometimes, like on my prep at school, we're connected, so I can just I know he's at home, or if I'm waiting on a Amazon order or something, I could just talk to him face to face. It's kind of cool, I think. So, yeah, I like it. I'm not the best at it. I need to get involved more, but I think it's cool.
Adam says he saw a dealership that had a Lance at over $80,000. They were asking for it. So, and we have heard that. We have heard, depending on where you live and the dealerships, that some of these dealerships are literally asking MSRP, like they're not budging, and if they are, it's literally pennies. So, let's see. Are you concerned about quality if you leave the Lance line? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And we're not leaving.
No.
So. Because
No.
because that was one of the questions we got on Wednesday night's video.
We're not leaving.
There, a couple of people were like, "Is this going to be your next RV?" It's like, no. We just went to look, but we have no interest at this point in changing.
No.
And in fact, we, honestly, we don't even know what. Like, we'll ask each other, like, "What would you want next?" And there's nothing. I mean, there's things that we always have talked about an Airstream.
Yep.
But first of all, now is not a good time to buy an RV with the prices the way they are. So,
right.
No. And honestly, I will say this. And what I tried to do in the videos that we did, sometimes I will point out things. I think in that premiere, I pointed out like the cabinets weren't quite as nice. Yep. But you have to understand it's all price point, because the quality of the cabinetry in our Lance, the quality of the cabinetry that was in our Tab 400
is different.
They're much higher, but the prices are much higher.
It's different. Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's one of the reasons we would be reluctant to leave Lance at this point.
It's just
the quality is just, and I know people will say, not you guys, because those of you that will come in here and hang out with us, you're not the ones that would leave comments. Like I had somebody literally today, I think it was today or yesterday. It was actually on a Tab video. So this is how this goes back. I mean, over 2 years, but it was a Tab video, and I don't even remember what it was about. Oh, it was about the Fort Knox lock when we first bought that. Literally said, first of all, you're like, basically, I think he said something like, "I can't believe you spent $30,000 for that POS." That was how he started the comment. And then he went on to say how, like, basically I'm an idiot that. That lock, all you'd have to do is have a grinder and you could grind it off, which I'm thinking, well, it'd be kind of obvious if you pulled up and pulled out your
grinder,
fired up your generator to power your grinder. But anyway, and somebody like that, just so you know, I did respond, Patty.
I'm sure you did.
I did. Sometimes I just can't let it go, but I did take the high road. I said, "Oh, you own a Tab. What issues have you had with it?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, and what kind of lock then do you recommend? Should I go check out the video on your channel?" And he's never responded. So
you didn't do the bless your heart.
No, I didn't do the bless your heart, and I didn't do I could have done some other things too.
Sure you could have. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you either get it or you don't get it, and so people who get it understand that a Lance costs more.
Right.
A new camp costs more, because of the materials that are going into it and the quality of workmanship.
Yep.
And it's okay if you don't want to spend that much.
Yeah, everyone needs.
But you just have to understand your cabinets probably are going to have staples in them, maybe, versus being dovetailed.
Right.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong with a trailer that has cabinets that are stapled.
Sure.
I mean, it's just things you have to, I guess, get used to or understand.
Exactly.
Okay. Here we go. A new 400 would cost almost 30% more than what we had paid in 2019.
Wow.
That's Jim Kuzman. Yeah.
We heard those went up too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we paid $28,000 for our 400 back in 2018.
Right.
So I can't imagine what those are up to today. Robert Stitch says, yeah, Airstreams have always been insanely expensive,
right?
Even on the used market. Yeah, Robert, that they do definitely hold their value.
Mhm. Yep. There's
And
something about 'em.
Mary says, except used RVs are top dollar too right now. Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they are.
I'm probably jumping into some
I
conversation,
think so.
but that's such a good point because, yeah, the used market is high right now too. So even if a person's thinking, well, maybe I'll buy a used RV, you're going to pay top dollar for a used RV. I did ask our friend Steve, who is a salesman at Barton Lake RV, and he basically said prices aren't coming down, like not the new ones. And what he was telling me was typically there would be once a year, maybe twice a year price increases. Now they're seeing, I think he said monthly almost.
I think so, yeah.
And I know Josh from Bish's RV, which used to be Halitz, he has talked about how anytime an RV manufacturer in the past had done like let's say several years ago when prices of gas jumped up, kind of like it is now, the RV manufacturers tacked on like a add-on to cover the delivery charge. But like Josh said, when the price of gas came back down, they never took that fee off. So I don't think you'll see new prices ever come back down. The only thing you may see is if demand drops significantly to where there's a lot of inventory, I think you'll see dealerships going back to 30%, 35%, maybe even as high as 40% off on the really expensive stuff. So, and then as far as the used market, basically what we're going to need to see is a lot of people selling their RVs to where it saturates the market and they can't get rid of them because, and then the price will naturally come down on used RVs. So
Gotcha.
I wouldn't count on that though this year. I just don't see it from what I'm hearing. Yeah, and we love our Lance.
I love it.
Mary Kay says
When we have
we
it all
love our Lance. And
it's all set up.
Yeah, for
Great.
us at this point, it would be really hard to change because number one, oh my gosh, Debbie says Portland 400s are listed at $45,000.
Holy cow!
We've invested so much money and time in our Lance because we have, we spent money on solar, lithium, the big inverter. Gosh, we've done so much as far as interior decorating, which that stuff's not necessarily expensive, but we've spent a lot of time making it homey,
making it ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't want to say never, and I doubt it'll be the last RV we ever own.
But right now I like it.
I would say at least for another year or two.
It's what I'm using. Yeah.
And okay, I'm just looking here. Now on the inexpensive side, you also have showers without lined walls. Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm jumping in people's conversation. So there was a colors we did not film.
Right.
Because I went in them and the quality was, in my opinion, there was things that I was going to have to point out. And I just said to Patty, I don't even want to do this. So
you pointed them out to me.
Yeah. I pointed them out to her, but
like
when the shower, walls that they install are Boeing, and then their solution is to put a lot, I'll clean it up. I was going to say something else. A lot of clear sealant. Here's what's going to happen. Eventually that sealant, because remember your trailer's done this all the way down the road. Yep. That sealant's going to crack, and then moisture's going to get behind that shower insert. And it's like, really? That's the way you shipped it to a dealership?
Well, the wall corner
was
separating. Like when you walked in, there was like a little corner area.
I mean, it was just stuff like that.
Like,
so
no.
Do we ever get to go to? Do you ever go to Lance rallies? We just attend. We have not, and honestly, I didn't even know there were Lance rallies till just recently, and people were talking about them. So we probably need to find one because I think that would be fun. That's the thing. So much about new camp is the people. And we always joked with Phil and Judy and several of you are new camp owners. We always say, we're so thankful that you still allow us to be your friends.
Right.
Because there was a couple of people who basically said goodbye when we got rid of our tab and now we'll no longer watch our videos and that type of thing. But that's what we miss the most, because New Camp has an almost like cult following.
It's unique.
It's very unique. It's a family. And so, yeah, we kind of miss that. So if we could find that with Lance,
Sure.
we'd love that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we haven't mentioned this. We have some campouts coming up this year. Last year, we didn't get to do campouts. We didn't plan any last year because of the pandemic.
We were a little concerned, worried.
If you remember in 2020, the year of the pandemic, we canceled all of the campouts except for the West Yellowstone. And that one, we had a good time, but it was odd.
It's weird.
We couldn't do our normal,
Yeah.
And so last year, we just decided we better not plan anything. But this year, we have 4 planned.
Woo-hoo.
The first one is coming, and I'm guessing most of you know this, but I'll just say it in case you hadn't heard it. Our first one is coming up May, I think it's 19th and 20th.
Correct.
It's Friday, Saturday night, Georgetown, Kentucky. Great location because it's right off I-75, and it's about 15 minutes to the Kentucky Horse Park and Lexington. We're at the Whispering Hills Campground. They have a whole block of sites set up for our group. If you call, tell them you're with Travels with Delaney, they'll make sure you get in our group. Or she did say, because I said, well, some people might not want to be near me. And she said, well, we can locate them in another part of the park if they don't want to be near you. And she was kind enough, because Patty and I are good Sam's members. She said, I will extend your discount to everybody in your group.
That was so nice.
Yeah. So, and all this information, if you go to travelswithdelaney.com and click on the link that says meetups and campouts, all the information, including phone numbers and that type of thing, are there.
Okay, so that's May.
That's May.
Yep.
June, we are doing the main caravan, we're calling it.
Yep.
We have 2 back-to-back. You can come to one, or you can come to both.
Yep.
Your choice. So we're going to start off June 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th in Ellsworth, Maine at Forest Ridge Campground. Our friends Jeff and Lynn, I will get it right. Steve, where'd Steve come from?
I don't know.
Jeff and Lynn are hosting us. This was the campground we stayed at last year. It is wonderful. And they're just the nicest people. It's going to be the quietest campground you've ever stayed in. And
it's got a fun road name.
Flockamoosin Way.
There you go.
And the Wi-Fi is off the charts.
Off the chain,
Off
actually.
the chain. So 4 nights there. So you can come there if you want with us. And if you're wondering, like, what's in Ellsworth, Maine, it is about 30 minutes from Acadia National Park.
Right.
All right.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. So we're going to be going into Acadia, and we'll get it all planned out.
Yep.
Then on 12, 13, 14, 15, the 16th, we will all of us in Ellsworth that are going to the next stop, we will caravan 2 hours south to Booth Bay.
Love it.
And we will be staying at the Booth Bay Brewery and RV Park. There's something you don't say very often, brewery and RV Park, where our friend Billy and Cody will be hosting us. And so we'll have 3 nights there. That is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So if you wanted to just come straight to Booth Bay, you could do that. And there's a brewery right on site. The family owns the brewery. They own the RV park. Mm-hmm. And then on Saturday night, for those that want to, we are doing a clam bake.
Clam bake. Gonna do a clam bake.
And the clam bake is, I think it's about $86 a person. But what it includes is
fun.
We'll go down to Booth Bay Harbor. Mm-hmm. We'll get a boat. They'll take us on about an hour tour of the harbor, and then they'll drop us off at Cabbage Island, where they will be treated to an authentic clam bake. Mm-hmm. You get a bowl of fish chowder. You're going to get 2 lobsters, a bowl of steamers, which are going to be local clams. You're going to get an ear of fresh sweet corn, a potato, an onion, hard-boiled egg. And if you're wondering, like, why a hard-boiled egg? They actually use the eggs as a way to know when the rest of the food is done. They put the eggs on top. They literally pull the seaweed right out of the bay there.
So you get that salt.
They steam it up.
My God.
And then for dessert, they make a Maine blueberry cake.
Holy cow.
And then after dinner, and this is outside, there's just picnic tables. You can explore the little island. And then after dinner, we'll get back on the boat and come back to harbor. So
exactly.
So that's June in Maine.
Yep.
And then finally in October, and I want to say that starts the last day of September.
Correct. Right.
Is that the 30th? How many days are in September, Patty? Count my knuckles.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think it is in October 1st.
I think so, right? I think so.
We are really excited to be hosting the first time ever a camp out in Angola.
Yes.
Angola, Indiana is our hometown.
Yep.
We don't have a very far drive. We're what, 15 minutes away?
Maybe 15,
yeah.
maybe.
But
With traffic.
Happy Acres Campground in Angola, Indiana. It's a fall camp out. And so we're really excited because Happy Acres was bought last fall by new owners. They are putting a ton of money into it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're really excited to be able to help them highlight, show off their park and all the improvements they're making.
Right.
And then, so one of the things we're going to do with that one is we're going to do something we haven't done since the very first camp out. We're going to do one of our famous boils.
Oh,
and so what we do is we get these big pots and we fill them with sweet corn, potatoes and carrots and cabbage and sausage, and we just let it simmer.
I like it because it feels like a healthy meal. Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
And we're going to treat those coming to Angola for breakfast. We're going to give you the world's best donuts, Tom's Donuts, because Angola has officially been proclaimed the donut capital of the world. So
can you believe that? That's crazy. Yeah.
And honestly, Pat and I have tried donuts all over the United States.
It's hard to beat it.
We still always say Tom's Donuts are the best. So anyway, that's the campouts that we have planned this year. So some of you I know are already booked. I will tell you there's plenty of availability in Georgetown, Kentucky, and here in Angola. Maine is very limited. There's very few spots left because number one, Riley only has, I think, 15 sites maybe at Booth Bay. I mean, that's just what they have.
Right.
And then Jeff had about the same because he has a lot of regulars that have already booked for next year, and he has some seasonals. So anyway, I would book it. And the other thing, going to Booth Bay, you need to book the clam bake now.
It's going to fill up.
Yeah.
They tell us.
It's getting, when I originally already had 60 reservations and they can only take like 150 on the boat.
They space you out.
So, and here's the thing, when you call, you will leave a message. They will call you back. Don't worry. And they do not take any money.
So you don't have to put a deposit.
You don't have to put, all they ask is if you're not going to be able to make it, that you call within 72 hours. And then what'll happen is when we're in Bay, we'll all need to run down to the harbor one day, which is like 5 minutes away, pay for our tickets ahead of time.
Right.
But yeah. So you don't have to put any money down for that.
Oh, darn. I got to go into the harbor early.
Yeah.
That place is amazing.
Yeah. Booth Bay Harbor. What a quaint little town.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's quintessential Maine, isn't it? There you go.
That's what you said.
Yeah. Gail says she's coming to Angola. We're excited about that, Gail.
I'm excited.
Jim said doing the $20 tour of Tall Pine Lodge, $50 if you want to get to drive the John Deere. Yeah, there you go. That's it, Jim.
I like how you.
Yeah.
But you know what? They got to drive the John Deere in their pajamas with a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works.
Oh, he says only if he can. Oh, Steve from Avenger RV Adventures says he only wants to do it if he can plow. But you know what? We can plow on for you if you want to plow the gravel in the driveway in the summer.
We'll bring in some gravel. You can move it around. Yeah. It's probably some after this winter. So.
And there's some. I'm kind of looking through your comments. We got talking and.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Because now we've got some serious business to get to. We're.
Oh yeah, this is serious.
Okay. Rally info on Lance Owners of America, which I just signed up for that on Facebook. There was a group it said, so so maybe I'll find it there. All right. Oh, Debbie's got an idea for me for videos.
There you go.
And Gail did get into UCamp, so that's good.
Yay.
I'm assuming UCamp is sold out.
Yeah, we heard
Jennifer says I went.
What the folks from Canada were going to get first dibs.
Oh, you got to meet PJ.
Yeah.
We have not to PJ. I need to get a hold of PJ. I haven't talked
last summer.
Yeah. So we love our friends down there too. So, all right. Oh, I said we had to get to something serious.
We are hooked on Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
Netflix. I am hooked. That's my go-to right now.
Bye, Nikki. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. I hope everybody enjoyed this tonight.
Yeah.
And we were just, when I was talking to Jenica, who is my contact, she's their affiliate marketing manager. And we were talking about some different things. And I just said, hey, is there anybody at the company that would join us for a live stream? And she's like, oh, our CEO would love.
What?
And I'm like, really? Like, I don't know. I'm a little
cool.
interviewing a CEO, but she said, oh, no, he's a real guy. He started the company.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay.
All
Well, I think that's going to do it.
Yeah.
There's a little, I guess you got to see
them.
these guys,
Yeah.
but
Say hi.
they're starting to get sleepy.
They are getting sleepy.
It's been a long week for them,
A long week of sleep. Yeah.
A long week of sleep. So.
They love going out. We have been lazy, and they like running out on our deck in the snow and playing in the snow, and they just are having a good time, aren't you? We love it.
So, and we are going to get Tex next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So
get him out.
Yep.
He's going to go camping.
We will see you. Some of you we will see next Thursday night if you're a member, caravan member, for the Zoom. So don't forget about that. Yeah. And everybody else, we will see you next month. I think we're going to have a guest next month to talk about solar, if I can make it all work out. So,
awesome.
All right. Stay safe, everybody. Stay warm, and we'll see you soon.
Say bye.